All right, let's get reaction from the Muslim community. Amira El-Gawabi is with the National Council of Canadian Muslims, joins me in the studio. Welcome to the show.
Hi,
again. You surprised by the numbers? You've probably been sensing this coming for a long time.
Right. So at the National Council of Canadian Muslims, we actually document hate incidents and hate crimes targeting Canadian Muslims, and we have been seeing a steady and significant rise of targeted hate crimes. And we're not surprised by the numbers from 2015. There was a lot going on that year. We had the federal election campaign where Muslims were being talked about in a very negative way by certain political actors, where, you know, the face veil was a central issue. I was on your show many times,
yes, you were.
You know, too many times, I would say, talking about an issue that really most Canadians, you know, weren't that concerned with, as well as Barbaric Cultural Practices Act was discussed, the constant sort of linking of the Muslim community and terrorism and concerns around that, so you see that stigmatization, stereotypes being portrayed. So that's why we had noticed ourselves, you know, almost immediately this significant rise. So yes, we weren't surprised.
All right, so are the numbers the product of more vigilant reporting or an actual reflecting an actual rise in numbers?
Well, I mean, it's hard to know for sure. What we can probably see and say is that, yes, we are seeing that the incidents and hate crimes are going up. I mean, just, you know, unfortunately, it's become almost a regular conversation at our office where, you know, every couple of days, someone is calling us and letting us know what's happened to them. But as well, we actually launched a national hate crimes awareness campaign with other communities calling on Canadians to make sure that they are reporting what's going on. Up to 2/3 of hate crimes are not reported in Canada, according to Statistics Canada. So that means that there are many people who don't feel that they should be reporting at all. And I think we need to send the message that they need to speak out and really assert their rights.
Okay, so we keep this in mind. This is 2-year-old statistics. I'm curious if you're seeing, just anecdotally, an increase in hate crimes since Trump came in and since terrorist attacks have been hitting Europe. I mean, is there a correlation between that?
So it's hard to make a direct link, but certainly we are seeing the numbers going up. And alongside what you're saying, so whenever there is a negative political rhetoric or whenever there's a terrorist attack where unfortunately Muslims have been implicated, then you are going to see almost an immediate spike in anti-Muslim incidents and anti-Muslim hate crimes. So we're not surprised. And in fact, there was one study done even of online hate that found that between November 2015 to November 2016 in Canada, online hate against Muslims and other communities, sexist, homophobic, racist, had gone up by 600% in Canada.
Wow.
So certainly, unfortunately, what we're seeing down south has almost given license. And we're seeing a growth of right-wing extremist groups in this country. More rallies, for example, anti-Muslim rallies are happening you know, on a frequent basis across the country. So I think really this reinforces that we really need to do more and need to see more from all levels of government.
I don't know how to explain it, but Thunder Bay is like so far above the other cities in terms of incidents per 100,000 residents. I'm curious, have you been getting any feedback from that city in particular? Is there a reason for that, or? Well,
it actually ties into your earlier question about reporting. We know that Thunder Bay had an education campaign about the importance of coming forward to report hate crimes several years ago. So that may be why the numbers are so high, and it's almost anti-intuitive, but you would say that, you know, when we're seeing the high numbers, at least people are coming forward. But that, of course, is not the end of the story. We need to make sure that those issues are addressed. And what we have to also emphasize is that within Indigenous communities, there's a lot of concern around hate crimes and that people are not coming forward to report. And we believe that, you know, if more communities are reporting, even numbers would be even that much higher.
Gotcha. Well, we don't want to give Thunder Bay a negative perception. It just might be they're actually very good at reporting. So, all right. Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, Don.